Hello and welcome to this Volkswizard video blog on this Golf GTI Clubsport Edition 40. This was launched in 2016 to celebrate 40 years of the Golf GTI, and it was a pretty special thing actually. Anniversaries have got better and better as they'd come through the marks. The Mark 6 was a bit of a weak one, but Edition 30 was brilliant. The Mark 4 had its following, and I had a Mark 3 anniversary. I thought it was a great car with no actual performance gains until we got to the Edition 30, which was brilliant. I like that car, still do. It's a bit heavy on fuel, but it's a great car to drive and it's fast enough. With the Mark 7, this Edition 40 went up from 230 PS to 265. That's quite a jump for a Golf GTI. And it also had a 290 PS overboost function for 10 seconds more. So that's 230 for the Golf GTI Performance Pack and 290 on overboost for this. It's quite a jump. So it was quite a thing. And then we also had the aero package, which gave you the special front bumper with air inlets and all sorts of things. The rear spoiler, which even at a little kick up like that, it just has a massive effect on the overall look of the car. And at the back there's some diffuser that's quite smooth and bigger tailpipes. To my eyes, it's a fantastic looking car, especially in this colour, and it's a dream car for an enthusiast really. You've got the extra power, you've got a lovely standard level of specification as well, and it's obviously different to a standard GTI. You know, you wouldn't mistake it, not unless you were completely illiterate when it came to Golfs. Plus there are a nice range of options. This car's got the Recaro bucket seats, which are only I think 1,300 quid, which for buckets from Volkswagen is pretty cheap. Back in the days of the Golf V6 4Motion, you'd pay £2,000 for a set of leather Recaros. So yeah, in the great scheme of things, especially with inflation, that's quite a bargain. So this car is a 2016 car, registered late. It was ordered in April, took 6 months to come. There was a problem with the supply of the seats. So it's only done 1,700 miles now, and it's still as new. So I'll give you a walk around tour. Assume the condition is as new, there's nothing really to report on it, and I can show you some of the bits the Edition 40's got, some of the bits that the Clubsport S doesn't get, and you can see for yourself if this is more your cup of tea than a Clubsport S. So let's have a look around. Okay, it's really hard to tell the difference between an Edition 40 and a Clubsport S from the front, apart from if it's in a colour like this that you can't get a Clubsport S in. They're only in red, black and white, although the press car that Top Gear used and everybody else used was grey to confuse matters. This is carbon steel grey, so standing here, apart from the colour, you know, this car's got Recaros. It's the only thing you can tell, being DSG, if you're really a geek, is to look up here. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a radiator in there for the DSG gearbox. Can't get DSG on Clubsport S, so radiator in there means you have a Clubsport Edition 40. I don't think anybody who's driving in front of you sees this coming up from behind is going to be able to notice that. And the frontal aspect is just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Unlike the Golf R, the LEDs are only in this section here, the 1U. Golf R gets 2, but that's no great loss. Brakes are nothing special on this. The Clubsport S has floating brakes on an aluminium bell. It says Clubsport S on the calipers of the Clubsport S. This has just got a silver GTI logo, and it's got relatively normal tyres. These are 18-inch wheels, which are standard. Apparently they're much lighter than the 19-inch option wheels, so they're the ones I'd go for, and on this car they really suit the colour scheme, but that's just subjective. We've got Bridgestone S01s, I think, Potenza S001s, yeah, nothing special. So there's that famous spoiler. It's just subtle yet obvious to my eyes. And the tailgate's the same, you've got a red badge there, which is a nice touch. And I believe the tailpipes are the same size on the Clubsport S as the Edition 40. And you've got that smooth diffuser, so yeah, a lovely package. From the back, there's only one way you can tell this car's an Edition 40, not a Clubsport S, and that is the fact it's got these. Sadly lacking from the Clubsport S, but I've got used to it. It's kind of a bit of a shock when you realise that making no noise means you're actually about to hit something on a Clubsport S, while on these it means you're miles away, but you get used to it. Also on grey, for some reason, they decided to go for a black decal for Clubsport, which is really hard to see, even in bright light today. On the black Clubsport S, you get a silver or almost white sticker, which is really obvious. Actually, it's quite a dark silver, so it's not massively obvious, but more so than on this car. Inside, there are those gorgeous bucket seats, and with Volkswagen, if a seat includes any degree of leather, if that is leather, you get seat heating, which is a nice touch. Beautiful, beautiful steering wheel with Alcantara and a dead ahead marker there, which is beautifully done. It's not just some bit of tape. And Clubsport Edition 40 gets cruise, radar cruise. On the Clubsport S, it's just the radar's just used for front assist. On these, you've got the buttons there for cruise. This car's DSG, which isn't available on the Clubsport S. They've both got navigation, they've both got climate control. You can delete climate on your Clubsport S if you're that way inclined. And it's got auto lights. I think the clocks are the same. A big difference actually is that you've got this plaque on the Edition 40s, which is UK market only, while on the Clubsport S there's a plaque there, on the silver bit there is a numbered plaque, which is a factory fitted job, so slightly more credible when it comes to authenticity. You get folding mirrors on these, you don't get that on the Clubsport S, and you get back seats. Yeah, it's weird for me to see the back of a bucket seat because I can't see my bucket seats in my Clubsport S from this angle. But yeah, you get really nice Alcantara, bit of leather, just a lovely, lovely interior, really is. An enthusiast dreams. It's a bit of honeycomb type trim there, which is reflected also in the seat fabric. And you get GTI branded floor mats with red edge, beautiful, beautiful. But for me, it's the steering wheel and I guess the Alcantara on the gear gaiter, which you get whether it's manual or auto, that make it for me. And of course paddle shifters there. So yeah, it's a much more usable package than a Clubsport S, but there's no reason why you couldn't daily drive a Clubsport S as long as you don't need to carry people in the back. So let's have a look under the bonnets. Here we have the familiar 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that is pretty much identical to that used in the Golf R and in the Clubsport S. It's just got different software which produces the different power outputs. As I said earlier, this is 265 PS normally, but can rise up to 290 PS when it's in the overboost condition. The Golf R is 300, the Golf Clubsport S is 310, but as I say, they're all basically the same engine. They're all chain driven and they are all pretty reliable. Okay, not the most interesting part of your Clubsport Edition 40, but let's have a look in the boot, because it's lack of interest here that makes it so different to the Clubsport S, where in the Clubsport S all this has gone. You just see the carpet down there. There's no spare wheel, there's no tools, there's no boot floor as such, there's no parcel shelf, and of course there are no back seats, while there are here. So this is a perfectly normal car to live with, just like any other Golf. But you've got most of the power of the Clubsport S to enjoy, and an automatic gearbox, which most people tend to like these days. It's not everybody's choice, but I think for an everyday car, especially if you live in an urban area, it's a good choice. So I hope you've enjoyed this overview of this Golf GTI Clubsport Edition 40. It's a brilliant package. It gives you all the practicality of a Golf that you expect, but it's properly fast, and it looks special with the aero kit. If you order the bucket seats, the interior is just the perfect GTI interior. It's quite economical as well, and if you order the DSG gearbox, well, you know, you can have the best of both worlds, because it's great in traffic, and then on the open road it's fantastic as well. So roll on the 50th anniversary, which is going to be 2026, another 9 years. Let's see if Volkswagen can beat this fantastic car then. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. There'll be more soon. So thanks again. Cheers.